In this video, D23 Expo 2022 and my experience and adventures at the Disney parks in California. This is Ponto Express number 3. Hello, and welcome to the Ponto Express number 3. I'm your host, Carlos Silva, talking with you all the way here from Aventura, South Florida. I like to remember and to warn you that most of my content, both in Instagram and Facebook, it is in Portuguese, and even in this YouTube channel, but due to the increasing and the amazing support of my English-speaking audience, I started to create this compact version of my live show totally in English, and a dedicated playlist of English content for you guys. And really appreciate if you give me now the thumbs up and start to follow me and to subscribe to my channel and to share it and to share my content with your friends and family. That will be great. This episode is totally dedicated to the trip to California, so let's start it right now. For this trip to California, there were 3 main objectives for me for the trip. The first one, to be with my friends. D23 Expo is always an amazing opportunity for you to meet your friends, people you love, people you already know, and to get to know new people there. So that was my first objective. The second one was to enjoy the parks in California. I'm a big fan of both Disneyland and DCA, so yes, that was the thing that I was thinking the most. And the third one, yes, to enjoy the expo. Did I arrive with high expectations? I was wishing for a lot of stuff, but there's a part of me that was trying to be as real as possible, and remembering that we were moving away now from a period of pandemic and a lot of uncertainties that are going on. And I will not talk about the company itself, but the whole economic environment. So I was trying to keep my feet on the ground, and but yes, I had some expectations towards D23 Expo, and I'd like to discuss that with you later. But let's start with the first one. To be with friends. Yes, I had an amazing time with my friends there, starting with this guy here. Yes, Jason was with me there most of the time. Actually, he arrived a few hours later than me on Wednesday. We went straight to the parks. Actually, I went first, and he met me there. And not only Jason was there, but I also my buddies and friends and partners in one of my Portuguese speaking projects called Conexão Florida. Orlando, yes, his name is Orlando, and Eric. Probably you know Eric. Eric was one of our guests in After Hours in one of the International Connections episode. He was there with Claire from England too. So both Orlando and Eric were there, and the 4 of us together, along with Jason, we did a lot of things, not only in the expo, but also in the parks. But not only them, but also friends like Lou Mongello, and Lisa. That photo was taken in Lou's booth. That was like Lou's booth there was like our home there. And it's always great to be with Lou. Lisa is also an amazing friend. I'm always so happy to be with her there. And during one of my first hours in Disneyland, after meeting Jason. We were walking, and then we run into our buddy, our friend Andrew and Vanessa. It was great to see them. It's always great to be with Andrew. I saw him again in the expo. Walking in the expo, we run into Kathy and Erica, and I have to show you guys because I don't know what happened. Kathy, we forgot to take a picture with you and Erica, but I cannot forget something that you gave me there. Kathy and Erica gave me, actually it was Erica who did, let me, camera is not, yeah, this macaw here, it's lovely macaw, and actually on my ID for the I put it next to it, and I was walking the trade show with that. Kathy, thank you very much. In the last day in the park, no, it was not. It was Saturday. We were in Disneyland, and we had the opportunity to be with Marla, and Marla also gave me a wonderful gift, but I cannot show the gift because I ate it. Marla, the candy and the sweets were amazing. Thank you very much. In the expo, we also had the amazing time with Jimmy and Marnie. What we did is that we went with them to the 100 years special exhibit. There was called Step in Time, that you can step in several different decades of the Disney company. And to be with Marnie and Jamie was great. We had a lot of we talked and we had a lot of laughs, and it was amazing. That part of the experience to be with friends, it was amazing, and I really appreciate running into all the you guys. It's always an honor, a pleasure, and always so great to be with you. Moving on to the other thing. Remember, my objective is to be with friends. That was fully fulfilled, and then to enjoy the California parks. And boy, I had an amazing time. Actually, what I did is that I arrived Wednesday, the 7th, and I went right away to the parks. And actually, I bought a 5-day ticket with Hopper, so I was jumping around not only land but DCA too. It was amazing. So I went there. Even during the expo days, I went to the park. So I went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because then I left back to Florida early morning on Monday. But the parks were amazing. Let me just show a few pictures from the things that I enjoyed. And guess what? Yes, Jason convinced me to go to the Mission Breakout, to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. We did that. We also did Cars Land and Radiator Spring Racers, which is always amazing. And for me, it's probably it is my favorite favorite Disney attraction. And we did Incredicoaster. Also, my buddy Jason asked for that favor. It is not my thing to go to roller coaster, but he needed videos, and I think he got some funny videos there. And also Space Mountain, and again, always enjoying with the friends of mine. The experience in the parks in California, they are always great. And for me, it was good because it was the first time that I could experience something like the Avenger Campus, and even some overlays in the attraction. I will go that further, but let me show a quick video. Take a look. You know what is amazing for me in California and what Disney does with their parks there is that how much they can take out from a square inch. They take advantage of everything of space, and they can deliver an amazing experience in even places that you were not imagining that it can build something. So this is the case with Avenger Campus. For me, I was overwhelmed and surprised by the size of it. And the intensity of it, because there's always something happening there. I took this video during the daytime, but nighttime is so special. And so if you're a Marvel fan or not, you're gonna enjoy an amazing time there. I had the opportunity to ride web slingers 3 times. It was great. It was amazing. The whole amount of details that they have, not only in the attraction but in the building itself, it's incredible. They did an amazing job. I'm looking forward now to be in the second Avenger Campus. I will be in Paris in a little bit less than a month from now. So expect for some videos from there. DCA, Disney California Adventure, is always a good time. But my favorite park is always Disneyland. It is also a park that always surprises me every time I go there, because the amount of experience you can have in a smaller space than everything that you expect. It is small but looks so big. For the first time, I had the opportunity to experience the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay at Haunted Mansion, and that blew me away. I was totally surprised, delighted by the amount of details, the amount of work, how nicely is done. And actually, that was the ride that I repeated the most. I have some video also. Take a look.
It's what happens when 2 holidays collide. Was the Nightmare Before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was peaceful, not even a mouse.
here. Please hurry back. We can't wait till
Isn't that great? And I think that it's just to call it an overlay is not fair. It's a total transformation. Great. I also had the opportunity to watch the Halloween fireworks show, Halloween Screams, and you have, instead of Tinkerbell, you have Zero, the ghost dog, lying around. It was great. So my second objective to enjoy the parks, and it was great. It's always a good time. Now to the third objective, to D23. And I will try to be as much, some people say that I'm trying to be positive. No, it's not being positive. I will try to be as much realistic as possible. The show itself, I think that it was great because it was the stage for us to get to meet and to see friends and to see some new things that they're developing. I think people were expecting more. So when people were expecting more, I don't know if it's Disney fault, if it's Disney is responsible for that, or if it's because we're starting to expect too much, or if it's both. But I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. Let me show you also a quick video about my experience in when walking around the expo show, the expo floor there. Take a look. It was busy. It was intense. From what I heard, it was something like 80,000 people attending D23 Expo 2022. When it comes to announcements, before talking announcements, I have to tell everybody that we need to take in perspective and pay attention to what happened to Disney and focusing in Walt Disney World. If you combine everything that was done in the other parks in Orlando, you will not have probably half what they already did in the last 5 years in Walt Disney World. So from 2017 to now, we have Pandora, we have Toy Story Land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the Grand Destino and the Riviera Resort. Then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in 2020, already after the pandemic and COVID arrived. We had Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, then Harmonious Enchantment and Beacons of Light during the start of the celebrations of the 50 years of Walt Disney World. Galactic Star Cruisers. Now this year we have Guardians of the Galaxy, and I will bring Disney Wish because it's part of the parks and experience, and somehow could affect our plans to travel to Orlando if you want to add the cruise ship. So there was a lot being done in terms of investments, in terms of new things, and actually much more than any other period, I think. During the Eisner years, there was there was a lot of investments in terms of resorts, but combining resorts, attractions, lands, it was amazing. So there is something that it's not trying to be positive again. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible and taking a look what is going on and what went on that land in the last 5 years. There was for me a big surprise, I think, during D23 is that I'm not a big fan of some or many of Bob Chapek's decisions, but I start to respect him a lot, because one thing that I can tell that is my feeling towards him is that at least he's pretty authentic, and what is you won't expect something different from him. Is the way that he operates, and could be that the way that he operates could be actually a good thing for Disney now, because there's some challenges that we're not paying attention. And I would like to bring again the word and the term to be realistic, to pay attention to the company overall, for us to understand if they can start to commit themselves to new projects or things like that, because there's what I like to say is the tale of two Bobs, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. When it comes to Bob Iger, we need to remember that a little bit before that he left, he finished the deal and got approved in a deal of $71.3 billion buying 21st Century Fox. And I will not judge if it's a good idea or not, but it was a 71.3 billion acquisition. And this week we learned that there is a second part of it, which is 1/3 of Hulu, that Disney has the option to buy with a minimum price of $24 billion in 2 years. So if we combine the 71 with the 24, we're talking about 95, close to $100 billion acquisition. That's bold. And again, I would not judge. But continue the tales of two Bobs. Then Bob Iger decided to leave the company, and comes Chapek 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before the whole world went upside down with the pandemic and everything that went through. And so I have to remember that, because that guy was facing not only the challenge of paying astronomical bills, because the long-term debt of Disney, if you compare 2018 to 2020, more than double. And so that guy has this challenge, and also facing a pandemic and studios being shut down, parks where were closed. Again, not being positive, or which I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. I think that if he needs to protect the company that we love in a way that sometimes is not promising new rides right away, or you have to remember that we're also facing some uncertainties in terms of the economy. There's questions about recession or not, and I think we need to play safe. And in a company like Disney, that you have this acquisition to be paid, and he's doing fine on paying that. Okay, so I still have to give him some credit and say, you know, one thing, keep doing the job of protecting this company. Some decisions I question, yes, I question, but I would not question the fact that they did not come up with more announcements on D23. And I will tell you one thing: I'd rather have the authenticity he was straight face, true on everything he said. I think that, for instance, Josh D'Amaro did an amazing presentation, but I was feeling kind of that during that presentation. My feeling was that this guy is trying to take my attention out of a fact that actually he's not announcing anything. And that's the point. I don't think that Disney needed to announce. I think that, and I had the opportunity to have a talk with our friends from England, the great British Mickey Waffle. 2 days after I returned from California, we recorded a podcast, and I said to them, this audience, and I said this audience, and I include myself, the one that is in the Disney space, sometimes act like a hungry dragon. You know, the dragon goes to Disney and said, feed me, feed me, feed me. If you don't give the food that I want, I will burn you. So that's sometimes what I feel. And that's the sad feeling that I had on Sunday, was a little bit that, not because Disney did not announce something that I wanted, but because I think the reaction, although during the presentation the reactions were great, but after that there was some people complaining. I think, you know, one thing, we have to wait. I think that some announcements will be done during the next few months, and we have to respect that. And one thing is important: if you remember everything that I went through, if in terms of the objectives for D23 Expo, my experience was really great. And if I was leaving the D23 Expo floor there with you know, a little bit sad because there was no announcements. In the other way, I knew that there was a kid or a family entering the park having the time of their lives, because everything is going normal and great in the parks despite of the D23 Expo. So, and I remember that it was, you know, after the D23 Expo, I went to Disneyland and I went to DCA, and I had an amazing time. That's the thing that I wanted to bring to you in that discussion about D23. That was the show for today, and again, I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to give your thumbs up for the video. Don't forget to share, to spread the word about Ponto Express, and I will see you pretty soon. Bye bye.